They say regret doesn't come in the moment you cross the line. It comes after, when the silence returns, when you're alone with what you did and who you became. That's how it started for me. With a single moment, an act I can't undo, and the knowledge that I didn't stop when I should have. It was a quiet Tuesday evening, the kind that hums with routine. My husband, Mark, was away on a work trip, and our home was unusually still. I had just returned from the office, slipped off my heels, and walked into the kitchen to pour myself a glass of water. That's when I heard it, the distant rush of water from the upstairs bathroom. My stepson, Dylan, must have gotten home earlier than usual from his college classes. He was 21, thoughtful and reserved, always the quiet presence in our home. I didn't think much of it at first, just a normal part of the day. But as I made my way up the stairs, I noticed something odd. The guest bathroom door was left slightly ajar. Light spilled into the hallway, steam curling into the air. Dylan was meticulous, especially about privacy. An open door like that didn't add up. I paused, hesitated, and then curiosity got the better of me. Just a quick glance. That's all I intended. What I saw rooted me in place. He was standing at the sink, shirtless, jeans slung low on his hips, his posture unusually tense. His hands were working on something out of view, and before I could step away, the creaky floorboard beneath me betrayed my presence. He turned quickly, eyes wide with alarm, clutching a towel to his waist. I didn't know you were home," he stammered, voice trembling. I felt heat rise in my face. I wasn't trying to. I just heard the water. I looked away, already backing toward the hallway. But there was something in his expression. Something broken, panicked. I couldn't walk away. Not like that. "Dylan," I said softly, stepping inside the bathroom and shutting the door behind me. "Are you okay?" He sank down on the closed toilet lid, towel clenched in his fists. "I'm just embarrassed," he whispered. There was a crack in his voice, like it had been held together by sheer will until now. He wouldn't meet my eyes. I leaned gently against the counter, giving him space. "You don't have to talk if it's too hard. But I'm here if you want to." He nodded slowly, then exhaled a shaky breath. Something's been wrong with my body. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't think anyone would understand. His words came out in a rush, clumsy and raw. It wasn't just confusion, it was fear. Deep, soul-twisting fear that he was broken somehow. I felt it in my chest like a weight pressing down. "It's okay," I said, stepping a little closer. "Whatever it is, we'll figure it out together." He looked up at me then, eyes full of quiet desperation. "I feel like I'm not even in my own skin. Like something's off and I'm going crazy trying to figure out if it's normal." His hands trembled slightly as he spoke. I nodded slowly. "You're not alone in feeling this way. Everyone goes through moments where nothing makes sense. It's part of growing into yourself." He hesitated, then stood up, holding the towel tight around his waist. "Would it be weird if I asked for help? Just to look. Just to make sure nothing's really wrong?" The question hung in the air between us, heavy and impossible. I should have said no. I should have stepped back. But in that moment, everything inside me softened. The maternal part, the concerned part, and another part one hadn't felt in years. A dangerous part. He nodded. My touch was meant to be clinical at first, just reassurance. But his skin was warm beneath my fingertips, and the air between us started to shift. He wasn't just scared. He was reacting to me, watching my every move, his breath hitching. It should have been enough to stop me. It wasn't. The closeness, the heat, the vulnerability, it pulled something out of both of us. I lingered. My hand moved again, slower this time. I could see his body reacting, and though I knew it was a line I should never cross, I didn't move away. I guided him gently, showing him it was okay to feel, okay to trust. But my actions weren't just for him. I was reacting too. Out of emotion, loneliness, need. It was a moment suspended in air, charged with something neither of us could name. When it ended, The silence was louder than the running water had ever been. Dylan looked at me with a tangled expression. Relief, confusion, maybe even affection. "Thank you," he whispered. "I didn't think anyone would understand." I forced a smile, my own emotions buried beneath layers of guilt. "You're not alone. I'm always here if you need to talk." Then I left the room, my heart pounding, my mind already drowning in what I had done. That night I couldn't sleep. The ceiling stared back at me, as if waiting for me to admit the truth. I hadn't just crossed a line, I had erased it. Over the next few days, Dylan avoided eye contact. When we passed in the hallway, he turned his face away. The house felt heavier, tighter. I tried to convince myself it was a one-time mistake, that I had only meant to comfort him. But the memory of his skin, of the way he looked at me, kept replaying in my mind. Then one night after dinner, he stayed behind while Mark went to watch TV. Dylan stood in the kitchen doorway, his expression unreadable. "I've been thinking," he said, his voice low. "About what?" I asked, even though I already knew. "About what happened. About how you made me feel that night." He took a step closer. "I think I need to talk to you. Really talk." My pulse spiked. "Okay," I whispered. "I'm listening." "I don't know what this means," he said, his eyes locked on mine. "But I think I have feelings. For you." The air between us froze. He waited for a response, but I had none. Not one that would make sense. Not one that would make it right. All I knew was what we'd done couldn't be undone, and that whatever came next, we were already lost.